the arrival of Her Excellency Mrs. Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Burton. As we say, special welcome to the President, Her Excellency Mrs. Sylvanie Burton and her husband. Keep standing as we welcome la grande dame de la chanson ATS, a former president of the Dominica Council on Aging, with the national anthem of the greatest country on the face of this earth, Dominica, Ophelia Olivache Marie.
I love beauty, Isle of splendor, Isle to all so sweet and fair. All must surely gaze in wonder at thy gifts so rich and rare. Rivers, valleys, hills, and mountains, all these gifts we do extol. Healthy land, so like our fountains, giving cheer that warms the soul. Dominica, God has blessed thee with a clime benign and bright, pastures green and flowers of beauty, filling all with pure delight. And a people strong and healthy, full of godly, reverent fear. May we ever seek to praise thee for these gifts so rich and rare. Come ye forward, sons and daughters of this gem beyond compare. Strive for honor, sons and daughters, do the right, be firm, be fair. Toil with hearts and hands and voices, we must prosper, sound the call, in which everyone rejoices. Oh, for each and each roll.
Thank you very much. La grande dame de la chanson as we continue to stand and welcome Mrs. Gloria Christian to lead us in prayer this morning as we welcome the divine interventor in our midst this morning.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, let us pray together. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Heavenly Father, we stand in your presence, truly blessed, because you've called each one of us by name. We thank you for this beautiful day, this moment which you have already graced with your presence. You are almighty, all-powerful, and ever-living God. And as we gather today, really looking at our gems, the elderlies, those who've contributed so much, we ask for special blessing and anointing on this gathering as we meet to forge the way forward and explore ways in which we can make their lives even more comfortable. We invite the Holy Spirit to be present with us in a very special way. Bless each one of us. Bless our comings, our goings. Bless those who have to speak and those who continue to minister to these our gems. We stand united in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. As we say, special welcome to the 29th Annual General Meeting of the Dominica Council on Aging. And we want to say special welcome to Her Excellency, Mrs. Sylvanie Britton, and Mr. Britton, past presidents of the Dominica Council on Aging, Ophelia Marie, Gloria Shillingford, Mrs. Zetma Toussaint. We also want to welcome the Dominica members and affiliates of the Dominica Council on Aging, special guests, the various representatives from different elderly organizations in Dominica, my former history teacher, Mr. Henry Volney, the media. Welcome to a historic moment in Dominica. Also special welcome to Mrs. Nathalie Murphy. A pleasure to be here today. This is a very instrumental moment. And before we actually delve into our program, we want to just acknowledge our fallen centenarians. We were blessed with several of those, and possibly in the tops per capita. So we want to acknowledge our fallen centenarians and members of the Dominica Council on Aging who passed throughout the last year by a moment of silence, please. Thank you very much. At the head table, Mr. Ainsworth Irish, very instrumental figure in Dominica as well, won several hats and continue to be one of Dominica's great individuals and a member of the Dominica Council on Aging Executive. We also want to say special welcome and once again dignified with her presence. And she is representing the Minister Delia Gibbons Stedman. Pleasant good morning to you. And the Dominica Council on Aging President. And one who has really piloted this movement into prosperity, following the footsteps of several of our great presidents. And as a matter of fact, make him feel welcome as he introduces every aspect of the elderly today with a very special presentation and the welcome remarks. Let's make you feel welcome, Mr. Nigel Lawrence, in a massive way.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. and in your capacity as one of our special patrons, Ambassador Wadix. Your Excellency, Sylvanie Burton and Mrs. Burton. I'm sorry, and Mr. Burton. My apologies. And Mr. Burton. Also, the three past presidents of the Dominica, three past presidents of the Dominica Council on Aging, Mrs. Zetma Toussaint, Mrs. Gloria Shillingford, and Mrs. Ophelia Olivache-Marie. I'd also like to recognize and thank our lay associate in pastoral care, Mrs. Christian, for leading us in our invocation this morning. I'd also like to recognize and welcome our corporate partners represented here today. Also like to welcome our members from our various care homes in Dominica. And also, I would like to welcome the leaders of the various groups and the members of the Dominica Council on Aging, and not by no means least, also would like to recognize the representative for the Minister of Social Services, the Director of Social Services, Mrs. Delia Stedman. And by no means least as well, I would like to thank and welcome the Girls Guides Association, the Girls Guides of Dominica that are present here today to help us. And welcome to the media, and welcome to everyone in Radio Land and in Cyberland. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and cherished members of our community of older persons, it is a distinct pleasure and honor to be afforded another opportunity as President of the Dominica Council on Aging to share a few thoughts with you at this important event, the 29th Annual General Meeting of the Dominica Council on Aging. This is the 29th time this organization in its 32 years of existence gathered as a group to report on its stewardship, assess its shortcomings, and share its vision with our individual members and everybody else who's listening to us. At such an event, for those of us who are committed to help to bring to the fore the importance of the passage of time, that is, as people who have grown old, we can say that we are persons who are here to bear testament to the passage of time. And to all those who have lived long enough through this passage of time, I would like to say that we should not take this part of our lives lightly. It is an example of the love we have for each other, and it's also an example of we as brothers and sisters being the keepers and carers of each other. This organization was never intended for financial gains of anyone, but it was established as a momentum to create the awareness that as long as one lives, one grows. As long as one grows, one indefinitely contributes to society. Therefore, no one should be allowed to drift into oblivion. Everyone should be loved, cared for, recognized, and respected until the master's call. As we gather here today, ladies and gentlemen, we should be guided and influenced by the theme of this year's annual general meeting, which is honoring the past Shaping Tomorrow, a theme appropriate to be flaunted by this organization, showing its commitment to advocating for the rights and dignity, as well as the well-being and respect of all older persons. It is a powerful theme, aptly significant to bring into focus the notion that today could not have been possible without the past, and that tomorrow could never be if it was not for today. We are gathered here also to celebrate not only our strength as an organization, but also the remarkable lives and contributions of each one of us. Our past is more important than just history. Our past is the foundation, and it is a foundation on which today and tomorrow has to be built on. It carries the story of resilience, sacrifice, innovation, and dreams. We must honor those who came before us, not just by remembering their achievements, but by learning from their values, their courage, and their determination. We do not have to go too far to look at the determination and the works of the persons who were there before us. We do not have to go into a textbook to read all of these things. We simply have to look around us, recall and recollect on the manners our parents and our guardians instilled in us, how they lived, and in return, commit the past, and as well commit to the values that those who have gone before us have left for us to follow. Honoring the past as a formality is not just good enough. It must be done with focused commitment and meaning, because such is the basis by which we identify ourselves as a people. Be warned, my friends, brothers and sisters, that a people without an identity is like a ship without a rudder, destined to nowhere. You, our elders, have lived through the times and have lived through great changes, challenges, and triumph. Your experiences have shaped families, circumstances, and this very nation on the whole. In honoring the past, we honor your wisdom. That is those who have gone before us. We also honor your sacrifices and the countless ways you have paved the road for generations to come. And brothers and sisters, at that juncture, it is important that we recognize that growing old is by no means an accident. Growing old is by no means a sin. Growing old is something that is inevitable. As long as you breathe, you grow old. And as long as you are alive, you must grow old. And we must never forget, brothers and sisters, we must never forget to show our true colors. We are not as strong as we were yesterday. We are not as agile as we were yesterday. But our brains are still as active as yesterday. Therefore, I call on all able elders not to stop blazing the trail that you spent so much of your youth shaping. Continue to dispel the despicable notion by myopic elements of society that consider you as spent entities. Prove to them that age is just a number, and that your mental faculties did not get frozen just because you've attained the age of 60 or 65. For these reasons, we have to take arm against those who are bent on callous, uncultured, and counterproductive activities meant to deface the past. Brothers and sisters, there are lots of things we see that happen in society today that we do not agree with. It's a process of life. We once upon a time helped to do or to undo what our forefathers did. So we, at the present, have to be ready to face the challenge, to try to work towards not committing the mistakes or not allowing the generation to come to commit the mistakes we did. We have learned. So we have to understand, brothers and sisters, that we have a future to build. You are not old or too old to commit yourselves to building the future. But you cannot build it. We cannot build it. That's why our theme says we have to help shape it. So we are trying, in shaping tomorrow, we have to be committed and we should not give up. Honoring the past is only part of the journey. We have to honor those who came before us. And this very theme forms what we are doing here today to honor the past leaders of the Dominica Council on Aging. The past leaders of the Council on Aging, their names are in the booklet everybody has. But it would be remiss of me if I don't take time to make sure I highlight them, to let the world know that the first president of the Dominica Council on Aging was Dr. Paul Ricketts. And we need to pay homage and respect to him. He was president from 1993 to 1999. Could you give him a round of applause posthumously? I'm going to ask you to put your hands together as well for our second president of the council, Dr. Thomas Henderson, or Dr. Tom Henderson. Give him a round of applause. He served from 1999 to 2001. Our third past president was Mr. Rupert Kazimi. Give him a round of applause, please. Our fourth one was Mr. or he's still alive, but he's not able to be here with us today. He is Mr. Francis Peter. Give him a round of applause. Our fifth, posthumously, we'll have to say thank you to her, Mrs. Bernie Didier, who served from 2003 to 2007. Give her a round of applause. And our sixth is Mr. Evander Joseph. Give him a round of applause. And I want a more resounding round of applause for those that are to come. Those I'm going to mention, they are still here. Their leadership still reigns. Their youth is still in their veins. Now, they are not old. They are just beginning to age. And let us put our hands together for Mrs. Zetma Toussaint as one of our past presidents. And Mrs. Toussaint is there. Let us put our hands also and recognize the Honorable Gloria Shillingford, who served, and she's there. And let us recognize as well the Lady of Song, Mrs. Marie. Give Mrs. Marie, Olivache Marie. These persons are part of the journey. And they are part of a group of persons, including you that are there and those who are listening, who gave selflessly, not because there was any financial gains, but it was because they believe that as older persons, we have a part to play in tomorrow. And these persons have done well. Thank you very much on behalf of the Council on Aging for all the works you have done, especially the free data. Give them a round of applause together, please. Shaping tomorrow means using the lessons of yesterday to create a better, fairer, and more compassionate world. We have to remind the policymakers and planners that in shaping tomorrow, we must make use of the human resources who once upon a time, carved out the lessons of the past. That they, the policymakers, must deviate from the perception that the future has to be rooted only in resources from outside. We have too many of our best brains in the house today. Brains that are still capable of contributing towards the advancement of this country. Brains that we must uphold. And I want to say it boldly, and give yourselves a round of applause, those of you who's in the audience there. You are not spent. You are not useless. You can still contribute. And that is one of the things we would like the council to keep on promoting. Keep on promoting that we, our members here, can contribute, must contribute, and should be contributing still to the advancement of society. Therefore, I reiterate, as older persons, continue to share your voice, your insight, and your presence in building a future that values inclusion, respect, and dignity for all ages. As I end my short sojourn here, and as I end my second term, my first term, the second part of my first term as the president of this council, I feel honored to have been included in the league of the past presidents, those that are on my right here. I feel honored to have joined their league as somebody who has served at the helm of this organization. And I do also commend them and also encourage those to come after that we have to keep the fire burning. Nobody can speak for you as an older person if you do not try to speak for yourselves. Nobody is going to blow your trumpet unless you put the reed to your mouth and you blow your trumpet. So I'm asking everyone here and everyone listening, we as a people have to continue to do what we were destined to do. We were destined to serve. We were destined to build. We were destined to be committed to developing our country, our nation. And the only way and the only time we're going to stop doing that is when we can breathe no more. So let us just understand that. Just lumping the original framers as just one group of persons is not justified. And so I would like us, and the framers are just the persons who formulated the idea. But we have become part of this framework now. We that are current have to continue to work as a team, to work as people, to work as friends, brothers and sisters, regardless of our differences in height, color, whether we're short or we're tall, whether we're round or we are thin. We have to forget these differences and know that we have to work together as a team to try to see how we can make this place a better place for persons like you and me who have started seeing the twilight of our years. As the president, I am duty-bound to pay homage as well to our past presidents to whom we dedicate this AGM to. The organization continues to grow since its inauguration in 1993. The task to follow our predecessors' footsteps is not an easy one. And as dynamic as it is today, those who were there before did a wonderful job. Those of us who are coming today have more challenges to handle. And therefore, I want to say that without certain elements of society, we could not have been where we are today. I would, on behalf of the council, to express my profound gratitude to our patron, Her Excellency, who has always been willing and ready to give us the support we require. Thank you, Your Excellency, and give her a round of applause for that. I would like to thank the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and I hope Mrs. Stedman, you will convey these wishes to the minister as well, for the work, for the support the government has given us. This council has no money. This council begs. I have become a professional beggar with the rest of the members of the board. And without the benevolence of the government, we would have been long time gone. And thank you very much. Convey that to our minister, thanking them for their assistance. I am not the one to give the vote of thanks, but I cannot leave here without thanking the corporate elements of society that has stood hand in glove with us. The corporate community has been steadfast in its work. It's steadfast in committing towards helping the Council on Aging. Many times, when we fought, we could not pay the next bill for tomorrow. Some of the corporate entities would reach out to us and give us well-deserved donations, sometimes without we asking. Some spirit would tell them, give them some money for us this month, and they gave it to us. That has allowed us to thrive, and give the corporate community a round of applause for that. And the corporate community, I think at the back of our booklet has some of the corporate, not the booklet, but the program has the corporate community that allow members of the corporate community who sponsor this event today. We are extremely grateful. And I know that maybe Mr. Master of Ceremonies would do the honors and they want to do the vote of thanks, but I cannot help but mention Lynnhurst Funeral Home. Give them a round of applause for sponsoring us there today. The sign man, a round of applause. Fruits and Flowers, Duncan Store Chambers, and the everlasting, ever-living Josephine Gabriel and Sons and Company. Ladies and gentlemen, our lay associate in her prayer mentioned our gem. But the real emerald gem are the 17 centenarians we have in Dominica alive today. The 17 wasin, the 17 elements of our society that emulates and epitomizes resilience, that epitomizes the cleanness of Dominica. Give our 17 centenarians a round of applause for you. And I also would like to thank the caretakers of the 17 centenarians publicly. Thank them for the work they do in ensuring that our 17 centenarians that are alive today, none of them have the bad things that kill people very often these days. None of them have high blood pressure. None of them have whatever that kills our people today. They are alive and kicking. Give them a round of applause, please. And help me in saying happy birthday to Miss Pearlie Yuzeb, who celebrated 101 just a few days ago. Give Miss Yuzeb a round of applause for me. May they live to continue to enjoy the grace of the Almighty. And again, let me thank them for allowing us to use them as our symbol of what Dominica is all about. Our profound gratitude is also in order for some people we call our special patrons. Earlier on, we mentioned that our patron is Her Excellency, the President. But we have some other elements of society we call our special patrons. And these are persons and institutions that help us when we need the most, to help us raise the necessary finances to get us going. Right to my right is one of them. Give a round of applause to Ambassador Charles, one of our special patrons. Also, Matthias Peltier Jr. as another patron. And by no means least, but one of our first special patrons, the National Bank of Dominica. Give them a round of applause. Without them, we could have never survived our years of existence. And thank you very much. I must also highlight that the Council on Aging has many friends and supporters in the diaspora. And not too long ago, some of them in the diaspora sent us a shipment of diapers for our senior citizens. Disposable diapers that are not even meant for only our members. Disposable diapers that other institutions in the state uses, come to us for. We are still struggling. We are very thankful to them for this. We are still struggling, however, to try to raise the necessary capital to clear it out of customs. Yes, this is the reality of life. But we would like to thank the diasporans who made it possible for us to receive them. But we believe in the Almighty. Somebody might come somewhere and give us $538. $538 to pay, to clear this, so that our elders that are in the hospital can get some disposable diapers. Our friends all across Dominica who keep on asking us for these things they can get. And I'd also like to single out one of our members who came this week with a bag of over 50 or more disposable diapers. Thank you very much, my lady, for taking that to us. That's how we live. That's how the council survives. We should not look at ourselves as just a group that is only poor or sees about the poor persons. We must see ourselves as a group that try to do things to liven up ourselves. And so I would like to commend our members, our member groups that try every year, throughout the year, to organize events to keep our members active. They do a lot of things, and we are hoping that in time we'll be exposing more of these things. So give the groups a round of applause for me for that. But in conclusion, I would also like to highlight two Dominican nationals who are not in Dominica at the moment, but they have taken it on their own to adopt the Dominica Council on Aging. And recently, they helped us produce our strategic plan for 2025 to 2028. These two persons helped us design our strategic plan. When it was not possible for them to be here, we did it virtually. I would like to highlight their names and give them a round of applause after I mention who they are. They are no one other but Dr. Laurel Royer and Dr. Celia Lastic, all of them Dominicans. Give them a round of applause. I have overstayed my welcome. But I would like to commend the members of this organization who have entrusted the leadership of this organization in me for the past 3 years. Is it 3 years? 2 years. As well as the board of directors who has stood with me during that period of time. It has not been smooth sailing. It has been a trying time, but we have made it. The small yet powerful staff of the Dominica Council on Aging, a staff of 2.5 persons, who are responsible for all what we have here today. They helped this organization achieve as much as they have achieved. And I offer them my heartfelt thanks. And thank you very much. Give the staff a round of applause for me. And especially, where is she? Where is she? I think she's outside. Especially Miss Lisa Lamoff, who is acting EO, and our field officer compliments the Ministry of Social Services. Thank you very much, and give her a round of applause. We left her last night late enough, and she had to drive to Portsmouth and was still here before 8 o'clock this morning. In conclusion, this time, let me remind listeners that aging is not for the weak heart. To age means to be honorable, and to age means that you are blessed. Your legacy as an older person is not just what you do, but what you leave behind you. It is not just how you do, but what you do. Aging has to do with who and what you inspire. Let us work together to ensure that the future we shape will reflect the strength of your past, and hope that somebody will carry it on tomorrow. Let me end with just this little stanza that goes, our choices today will become the legacy of tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the President of the Dominica Council on Aging, Mr. Nigel Lawrence. And I can assure you, by tomorrow morning, I'm not rich. The diapers or the fees for the diapers will be brought to the Dominica Council on Aging. We also want to say thank you to DBS Radio, the nation station, for being here to cover this live. Also to MO News and any other media that's covering this particular event live. It's extremely important to evangelize the work of the elderly. And if every day is a blessing, try to imagine the amount of blessings our elderly continue to receive on a daily basis. If every day is a blessing, so many of our friends didn't make it. Elderly or growing old is excess amount of blessings that we should be grateful for. We would like to welcome the Director of Social Services, Mrs. Delia Stedman, on behalf of the Minister, to deliver a few messages. Make her feel welcome.
Excellency Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton, past presidents Zet Matuse, Gloria Shillingford, Ophelia Olvasi Marie, President of the Dominica Council on Aging, Mr. Nigel Lawrence, Mr. Ainsworth Irish, other executive members, valued stakeholders, partners, invited guests, the Dominica Girl Guides Association, members of the media, and most importantly, all respected older persons. I am honored to address you today on behalf of the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Social Services, and in particular on behalf of Dr. Cassandra Williams, Honorable Minister of State in the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Social Services, who convey her warmest regards and best wishes for a successful annual general meeting. It is a privilege to represent the ministry at this important gathering. The theme for this year's AGM, Honoring the Past, Shaping Tomorrow, calls upon us to reflect on the immense contributions of our older citizens whose sacrifices, leadership, and resilience have helped shape the foundation of our society. At the same time, it urges us to actively participate in building a future that ensures their continued inclusion, protection, and dignity. The Department of Social Services commends the Dominica Council on Aging for its unwavering advocacy and long-standing commitment to the welfare of older persons. Your ongoing work in education, policy dialogue, and outreach is not only commendable, but essential to national development. We also wish to acknowledge the outcome of the most recent older persons consultation, which brought critical attention to the challenges and opportunities in aging policy and practice. Discussions surrounding elder care, retirement preparedness, intergenerational solidarity, and access to services offered valuable insights and have helped to shape our current thinking and future strategies. In this context, the Department of Social Services stands in full solidarity with the Council and with all partners in ensuring that the Dominican public is meaningfully educated on aging, preparedness, and wellness. This demands renewed attention to systems and supports required to ensure that our older persons can age with dignity, security, and peace of mind. We recognize that many older adults continue to face significant challenges, such as limited or no contribution to formal pension schemes, inadequate access to affordable and quality elderly care services, and insufficient financial or legal planning for later life. There are systematic issues that require a collective and coordinated response. So that means all of us need to take part and get together so that we can work together to get something up and running to ensure that our older persons live with dignity and get the support and care that they require as they age. As such, allow me to underscore, the Department of Social Services remains firmly committed to promoting the rights, dignity, and protection of older persons in Dominica through a strategic partnership, community engagement, and responsive policy making. We continue to work together building an inclusive society where every older person can age with security, access, and respect. In closing, I once again commend the Dominica Council on Aging for its leadership and vision. May this AGM serve to further strengthen your mission and reaffirm the shared responsibility we hold in securing the well-being of our older population. Let us continue to challenge the stereotypes, invest in wellness, and build communities where every stage of life is valued. Because growing older is not the end of the road. It is the unfolding of a new chapter, rich with wisdom, resilience, and the power to inspire generations. Thank you, and I wish you a productive and impactful meeting.
Thank you very much. Director of Social Services, Delia Stedman, for your kind words and thought-provoking presentation here this morning. A wise man once wrote, "Growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional." And I want to repeat, growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. At this point in time, we want to welcome some of the trailblazers, some of those who sacrifice several hours, hundreds of hours, sometimes thousands of hours, and are at the foundation, the spinal cord of this organization. They served as president of this monumental and historical organization. To say a few words, they are past presidents. And the first is Mrs. Zetma Tuse. Make her feel welcome. No, we have to do better than this. A round of applause for Mrs. Zetma Tuse.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony. Good day, everyone. Permit me to, first of all, acknowledge some people in the audience. Mrs. Sylvanie Burton, Her Excellency, and Mr. Burton, members of the head table, past presidents, Ophelia Marie and Gloria Shillingford, who are present with us, members of the Dominica Council on Aging, and other associates, the media, and other invited guests. I feel very privileged to be here this morning and to share with you some of my thoughts about the council, having been a past president. I want to begin by first introducing myself, because when I look around, I see many new faces that I am not familiar with. You know, so some of you may not know me. So I just give you some highlights of my past. So my name is Zetma Tuse. I'm a retired nurse educator, retired hospital services coordinator of the then Princess Margaret Hospital. I'm also a former principal tutor of the School of Nursing. At that time, it was at the hospital. Now it's at the college. And the former president of the Dominica Council on Aging. I am proud to have dedicated my professional career to the field of nursing through providing health care to the public and educating and mentoring future nurses in the profession. On a personal note, and I feel very sad about that one, I am presently a widow since my husband died on March 4th, 2024, last year. Because he was at my side throughout all those times. We were married for 57 years. As a past president, I was invited to share some thoughts about the Dominica Council on Aging, as the theme for this year's AGM is honoring the past, shaping tomorrow. I became associated with the Council on Aging when I accepted the position of executive officer from 2001 to 2008. During that time, things were very, very difficult, especially financially. And it was actually due to the action of Mr. Joseph in past memory that the council was able to get the government to really give us some more financial assistance. But after resigning that position, I was elected to the board of directors and later accepted the position of president for the period 2013 to 2017. During my tenure, I built on the existing programs and services of the council and also forged new alliances locally, regionally, and internationally. And I must tell you, at that period of time, Dominica was considered one of the leading countries in the Caribbean in terms of older persons. In fact, there was a meeting in Barbados that I recall where Dominica wanted to take the lead because we were thinking of forming a regional organization. And some were pulling this way, the others were pulling that way. But Dominica was resolute in trying to get this organization going. Unfortunately, we lost the assistance we had at that time from an international organization. They moved from the Caribbean and went over to Africa. They said Africa needed them more than the Caribbean. But I still think we can continue to pursue that and achieve it, because together we stand more solidly rather than being isolated islands. The board then concentrated on developing groups of older persons. And when I looked through the booklet today, I saw the names of the groups. At that time, we were very active in getting these groups going. And I noticed like about half listed are dormant at this time. And maybe that's one of the things the council might consider, trying to revive some of these groups, because they can be very instrumental in their local setting. Because yes, you have the big organization, but you need the smaller groups out there in these small communities to help assist the elderly. We also provided educational programs to our members with the assistance of our French partners in Martinique. We had a very good thing going with some of the people from Martinique. I forgot this gentleman's name. Sherita, what was his name? The AMDA, but that French guy, Mr. Remy, right, yes, Mr. Remy was very instrumental in assisting us. And we also conducted training of caregivers. As I reflect on the theme chosen for this year's AGM, it seems to me that in shaping tomorrow, we must reflect on the past, paying attention to what worked then, examine our present to see where the current needs of our older persons lie. And I was very glad to hear that there was a consultation recently about the needs of older persons. Then look to the future, asking what actions do we need to embrace to keep ourselves relevant for what's to come. One suggestion may be for the council to do a retreat and revisit the mission, the vision, the goals and objectives of the council. We need to examine how we can develop relevant programs and services to inject new vigor into our purpose, to meet the needs of our members and that of older persons in general, to utilize the knowledge and skills of our members to take advantage of social media and other forces to enhance our growth and development, to build on our alliances with private sector companies, individuals, churches, and other groups in the community, and to become more vocal and present about areas relevant to the challenges of older persons. For example, recognizing and combating elder abuse. And this is still going on in our society today. It's been there and it's still there. And that's, I think, one of the things council might be willing to take on. Setting standards for the care of older persons at home and in institutions. And developing programs for monitoring the care being delivered. We have to monitor the care being delivered to our elders. And that's, I think, a very important aspect of the care of the elderly. I must congratulate the council for persevering over the years in the face of various challenges. In order to forge forward, I call on all individual members and groups to stand solid behind the council so as to continue to improve the lives of our older persons. Let us reflect our vision, which is to be an autonomous, well-respected, effective, and flexible umbrella organization for the well-being of older persons in Dominica. I thank you.
What a lovely presentation. Let's really give a round of applause, man. Thank you very much, former president. When we think of the elderly, we think of honorable, resilience, durability, wisdom, knowledge, history, longevity, ethical, honest, moral, especially in today's times, worthy, etiquette, especially in these times, manners maketh man. What has happened to this phrase? Manners maketh man. Are these values eroded? But we still have our elderlies around us to teach us. Why aren't we embracing them more? Why aren't we having dialogues with our elderly? Allowing them space within our lives to teach us? Or is it that we are growing too fast? Or is it that we are growing and we don't care anymore? Fortunately for people like me, I could not pass an elderly without saying morning whether I knew her or not. And it was simple whether my grandmother spoke to that elderly or not. It was important that I say good morning. You see young children approaching elderly without even saying hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night. And if you actually try to explain that to them, they are cursing. Am I speaking the truth? Yes. Thank you very much. And I will now call on another another president or former president of the Council on Aging, a former minister also, to give us a presentation. Let's make her feel welcome from the north. This is Gloria Shillingford. Let us make them feel welcome, Dominica. Yeah, man.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Your Excellencies, Mrs. Sylvani Burton and Mr. Burton, the head table, and we have with us our president and Mrs. Stedman and Mr. Irish. Let me add my welcome to the Dominica Council on Aging, its friends, families, to the media. It has been a real honor for me to be here again this morning among the Dominica Council on Aging, among friends, among past colleagues, among the persons who supported me as president of the Council on Aging from 2017 to 2019. I would not have given up for anything else. It was really, really beautiful to be serving our elderly, people I love dearly. As I reflected on the theme, honoring the past, shaping tomorrow, what came to the fore was, yes, we have done a lot. We have helped shape the past. We will continue, as long as we are alive, to continue to shape the future. But something came to the fore, and it is helping to shape the lives of the youth that we have. And I say, if we do it while we are here, if we continue to help them shape the future, our regrets will be very few, if any. I remember the youth arm of the Council on Aging, and I was extremely happy this morning to be greeted by the Girl Guide, the youth. And yes, let us give them a hand. And I see that we still have the vision. So we need to have more of our youth sitting among us and sitting with us as the etiquette we talk about, the lives that we live, the morals, whatever, they will not just see it or be thrust to them. And they'll tell you, they are youth, they will tell you, do not just thrust something on them. But as they stay with us, as they live with us, as they help us, as we allow them, in fact, to help us, we will see the blessings. I know they are our future, they are our hope, they are our blessings, as I would sometimes describe them. And we don't have to go very far. The Council on Aging, we have what we call Grandparents' Day. Let us blow that up. Let us make it bigger so that our youth or our grandchildren and those to come will know that they can live with us, they can live among us. They need to continue to honor us as we too honor and help to shape their lives. And so I hope that as we go forward, we will see our strong arm of the youth. It is just one of the reminders. We have it within us already. It is just that we get on and continue to do what we have to do. It is said that if we do not know where we have come from, we will not know where we are going to. And so let us never forget where we have come from. Let us never forget our roots. Let us never forget the people that we have met along the way, so that as we go along the way, as we journey, as we walk together, it will be a success for all of us. I say thanks again for the support. Thanks for having me here this morning. I want to leave with one I say of somebody. Sometimes people say my mantra, but that's just one of my mantras. I normally talk to the elderly about it. Let the rest of your life be the best of your life. And it doesn't have to be money. It is in the simple things of love, thanksgiving, praises, and just being alive. Let the rest of your life be the best of your life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, former President Gloria Shillingford, for your inspiring words of wisdom. How many of us remember the Bob Marley saying, once a man and twice a child? Once a man and twice a child. Children viewing, children listening via the radio, you have a responsibility because your parents took care of you. And the habit of just chucking them in various corners or chucking them in various homes and not returning, or the infirmary, we must stop it. They took care of you from the embryonic stage to some of you, even after you left school, you stayed at the home. And you came for your meals. and you're a big man and you're a big woman now, and your parent can no longer move, and they may be sick, they may be ill, and you have abandoned them. You have abandoned them. The media, with that level of immorality and profanity, you continue like there is no respect for the elderly. At least consider one of those days, if you are blessed to be alive, you will become an elderly one day. This level, especially the radio stations, who get on like they feel that there are only young people listening. The radio is still the company of the elderly. Be careful of what we do to our grandparents and our great-grandparents. Nous ne pouvons toujours changer ça yo fait pour nous. C'est faut nous pas oublier ça grand monde fait pour nous. And they are given the gifts of benediction. And we must always remember that. If an elderly curse you, you're cursed. So I'm warning our young people listening and viewing, please take heed. These attitudes, let's curtail them. Let's be more moderate and more considerable of what we consume, especially in the presence. You may have an elderly in the same house you're living, and the decibels of your music and the content of your music is overwhelming. No regard for the ear of that particular elderly. Stop it. The elderly also, as my favorite part, are the custodians of legacy and history. Every single elder person here contains some history. You heard it from our two presidents before, and you're going to hear it again from our third, who is a historic person. La Guadam, she broke records. Every single elderly is a walking encyclopedia. Wisdom. And the part I love the most, the language of Creole is still within them. Dominica, do not allow them to die without you learn the Creole language. Otherwise, it will be our responsibility for the Creoles' death. They are among us. Let's respect them. Let's allow them to be part of us. Let's get them the better seats on the buses, the better seats at the theater. Let's put them present and even give them our space when we are cashing. We chalk the elderly at the back of the buses and turn up our nose like one of those days we will never get old. It gives me great pleasure to welcome my very good friend and former President of the Dominica Council, la Madame de la chanson Atiez. Hi, Dominique! Chanson d'amour! Bakerfield, welcome. Ophelia Olivache Marie, superstar for... No. Let's go. Continue to clap. Bat bravo, messieurs, mesdames.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. What a party. Oh, they say we like happy time, and we do. I respectfully address our President, Her Excellency. You see, she was my friend when she was in the ministry. So I have to be careful how I speak now. And her dear husband, Mr. Burton. I am very happy that we have our minister's representative with us, what's her name? Mrs. Stedman is the other name I know. You see, I'm terrible when it comes to parliamentary procedure, but it's because my heart is right here. My heart, I'll talk about that in a while. Mr. Lawrence, thank you. Mr. Irish, thank you. And of course, my brother man, he used to say on the radio, if she wasn't married, I would marry her. He said that. Wadix. I'm happy to see the media. Thanks, all of you. Thanks to the vibrant senior citizens. Don't vex with me. And thanks to all of you for being here. Natalie, I see you. I'm really very pleased. I don't even know where to start. But I have to tell you that I was asked to do a 3-minute recording to speak about the things that came out during the time I was president. I think it was for 3 terms, so that was 6 years. And I also had to speak about the theme and what it meant to me, and then what I would like to see in the future. Did you see all of them follow that sequence? Let us give our past presidents another round of applause. I'm catching myself, and I'm not going to be as long as Mr. Lawrence. I will also be different because I forgot what I was supposed to have picked up. But that happens to us, right? There's somebody who I spoke to recently who said she didn't realize that her group was a member of the Council on Aging. You think we're easy? You know, but that can happen. And I got up this morning expecting to be interviewed by an agency until I remembered, no, Ophelia, that's Thursday. So I had to come back to Tuesday. So I understand all the things that happen. That's why I say I'm sorry anytime I have to say it, and people forgive me. When I joined the Dominica Council on Aging, I was already a member, a founder of the Vibrant Senior Citizens, and we didn't know that the council existed. But they found out about us and asked us to be part of Council on Aging. So, of course, I ended up being one of the representatives of the group, and also another person. And I can tell you, we all worked hard. Up to now, we are working for the council. We cannot ask Mrs. Toussaint to do something for her to say, no, I can't do it. And we cannot ask Teacher Glow to give us a copy of something that we know she has for her to say she cannot find it. She will look for it. That's how we are. I was called immediate past president at the last AGM, but I think it was for them to boake me, you know. So I couldn't run. I didn't run. I worked. I worked with all of you who worked. And we recognize that when you work, you get more work. That's the only salary we got at the Council on Aging. But that was fine, because we had you. And you were saying good things to us. You liked how we did Seniors on the Move. You liked how we did Sharing a Christmas Moment. You liked the fact that we were able to go and visit the centenarians and tell you about them. You liked how we brought in musicians. That would be normal, right? That I would approach my colleagues and ask them to support the Council on Aging, and most of them worked for free. We had gospel singers, we had calypsonians, and others. There were some we asked who felt we were old school and they didn't want to be associated with us. We will still pray for them, and if we have another opportunity, we will ask them again. You notice I said we. Although I was trying to run a Sherita. Now, I need to tell you too that the theme spoke very specially to me, because it spoke about looking back And as Wadix and all of the speakers this morning indicated, you have to know where you're coming from so that you know where you're going to. So don't call us old school. We are the school. We are the school. We are those who taught you the nice ways when you want to have them. We didn't teach you the not so nice ways, Mr. Lawrence, no matter what you say. You know, but we continue to be there with all the generations, and we continue to work. I would like us to continue to be bold when we have to be, and to always want to be part of those who have been selected. The seniors continue to be left out in the various fora at which other people are invited. And I am not talking about Her Excellency because she always remembers us. And I think we probably are among those who get a bigger check instead of a smaller check. So, Your Excellency, we will stay close. We appreciate you. I would like us also to pay attention to our individual members. Can you just raise your hands, those of you who are individual members here? You see what I mean? A solid group among themselves, even if they are individual members. They have big contributions to make, and I would like to ask the next board to pay attention to them. I think our biggest failing may have been that we do not communicate enough. And I'm talking also about seniors on the move. Sometimes we don't say all the good things we can say there. And as Mr. Lawrence reminded us, sometimes we have to blow our own trumpet. We have to tell people what we are doing. That is what, in fact, was my grievance about the Council on Aging, because I didn't know it existed until I was individually invited. We have to make people know that we exist. I'm accustomed of talking. I can also sing, and I can sing it for you if you ask me to. Okay, the upcoming executive, because we really have to be among those who matter. We too have suggestions for the continuation of our existence. I have to behave myself. And I just want to say, like Wadix said, aging is not for the weak heart. I learned that the hard way. I was sick, as you know, with my heart, and I think it had to do with the fact that I was giving more than the poor heart could give. I did have friends. Thank God I still have those friends. But I had forgotten, perhaps for a moment, that I wasn't human. Let us remember, even within our collective, that there is a lot that we can do. But please, let's keep it within the bounds at which they can stay, or they should stay. And remember, I asked you to be bold and to share the successes that you are having within your groups, as individuals, and as other people associated with us. Thank you for listening to me. God bless the Dominica Council on Aging.
Yes, thank you very much, la Madame de la Chanson. At this point in time, we have a very special rendition by a very beautiful young lady with a beautiful voice. Make her feel welcome, Janae Jackson.
Good morning. Good morning. That's it. Everybody knows that I come from a calypso background, and calypsonians like to interact, calypsonians like to entertain. If you've ever listened to the Dominica Council on Aging's program, you would hear it start something like, oh, treat them right. You never heard that? No? Okay, great. So I'm so happy, when Mrs. Marie said to me, can we adopt that song for our program and just bringing awareness to the council and, seniors on the move, because oftentimes, the second song or maybe the first song in a calypso competition gets lost. Nobody remembers it after the calypso season. So I'm very happy that this was a song that could be adopted for that purpose, a very good purpose, I must say. So big up to Ian Jackson one time, my dad, who takes his time and, write these songs. But I'm not going to sing that song today. Actually, above every cap that I wear, I consider myself as a Christian first and somebody to give light and inspire in everything that I do. So this is also a calypso who I think that goes unnoticed, but I hope that today you can enjoy it, and I hope that you can help me to sing. So I'm going to sing the chorus, and you're going to sing it back to me, and that we can, when it comes along, you can help me, right? Yeah? Yeah? That's it, man. Thank God. Thank God. That's it. That's all. Okay, so can I hear you? Thank God. Ooh. Thank God. That's it. So please play for me. Just run it back and give me a little volume. Gratitude. Mankind never stop to think or even to ponder on all the graces he received from way over yonder. We spend so much time beating up with chest, yes, in a vain effort to prove we are the best. And we never pay homage to the Maker who gives us the strength every day to strive and strive. For blessings bestowed, we praise you. Thank God, thank God. When you have plenty or broke like summer wheat, thank God. That's it. Thank God. For surviving storms and hurricanes, surely, thank God, thank God. For the peace we enjoy today, I say, thank God, thank God. Time for Calypso to show some gratitude. For composers, musicians, and elders, we say thank you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dee-da-dee-do, dee-da-dee-wo. Coming to you, coming to you. Yes! The promotion we receive, we take it for granted. We're not even thankful for the air we breathe. The accident we were spared, we think is luck. No, we fail to realize the Creator protecting us. Calypso always pointing out social wrongs, but we'll never praise the Almighty in song. For pal reps in every constituency. Thank God, thank God. For leaders who exhibit integrity. Thank God, thank God. Praise God that we still here with we. Thank God, thank God. For sparing us from the cemetery, you see. Thank God, thank God. But for some others, we did cry, aye, aye, aye. We take comfort to know that they're in the sweet by and by. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dee-di-do, dee-di-wo. You like it so far? All over the globe, disease and strife we see. ISIS and COVID rage from country to country. Natural disasters in so many nations. Mankind, it is time for some introspection. Presidents and kings, so many left to mourn. Still we fail to pay homage to the Father in song. For sparing us from death, we praise you. Thank God, thank God. For believers who pray again and again. Despite all problems, He keeps us sane. Thank God, thank God. For freedom to worship and glorify your name. Thank God. So while you all there on the streets, remember the maestro out there who controls your heartbeat. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dee-da-do, dee-da-do-oh. Gratitude. No matter what it takes, no matter how high the stakes, come on for heaven's sakes, time to show some gratitude. If you have breath of life, say it once, say it twice, sing along. Have breath of life. Say it once, say it twice, sing along with all your might. Time to show some gratitude. When last you prayed, time to show some gratitude. Time to get on your knees today. Show some gratitude. Show it, show it. Time to show some gratitude. Thank you.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. A standing ovation, man, for this wonderful sound. Janae Jackson, gratitude. When last we pray. Once again, thank you very much on behalf of the Council on Aging, and God bless you. Thank you very much. Mr. Lawrence, can you please join me for this special moment? As we are going to get set to give a few tokens to some very important people. So, Mr. Lawrence, please come forward. This microphone is yours, and Lisa will assist us nicely. Right. She is the beautiful Lisa. A round of applause for Lisa. As we recognize Imani, we also recognize the University of the West Indies boss. I saw her around somewhere. Okay, she just gone. Right. So at this point in time, Mr. Lawrence.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of our celebration, we would like to present to Her Excellency a bouquet as a token of our appreciation. And we would also like Her Excellency to, with her permission, to hand over certificates of appreciation or tokens to the past presidents of the Dominica Council on Aging. And we begin by presenting to Mrs. Zetma Toussaint a token of a certificate that reads Certificate of Honor. This certificate is proudly awarded to Mrs. Zetma Toussaint in appreciation of your exemplary leadership and dedicated service as the president of the Dominica Council on Aging for the year 2013 to 2017. With sincere gratitude, we honor your legacy. Signed by the president of the Dominica Council on Aging. And just a token of our appreciation for that. And the next person is the Honorable Gloria Shillingford. This is a certificate of honor. This certificate is proudly awarded to Mrs. Gloria Shillingford in appreciation of your exemplary leadership and dedicated service as the president of the Dominica Council on Aging for the year 2017 to 2019. With sincere gratitude, we honor your legacy. Signed, the president. And a token of our appreciation. Good. And a certificate of honor. This certificate is proudly presented to Mrs. Ophelia Marie in appreciation of your exemplary leadership and dedicated service as the president of the Dominica Council on Aging for 2019 to 2023. With sincere gratitude, we honor your legacy. Mrs. Marie. And a token of your appreciation. And we have one more. These are for the past presidents that are alive. So these three were present. And for one who could not make it here because of his health status, and that is Mr. Francis Peter, a certificate of honor. This certificate is proudly awarded to Mr. Francis Peter in appreciation of your exemplary leadership and dedicated service as president of the Dominica Council on Aging for the year 2002 to 2003. With sincere gratitude, we honor your legacy. We ask Mr. Irish to pick up in his behalf. And just one more, and that is we would like to present a token of our appreciation to Mrs. Stedman for being here with us and representing the minister. Thank you very much, Mrs. Stedman.
Thank you very much, Excellency. And as we wind down, we really want to say thank you to everyone for coming here. The business part of this special AGM will proceed right after Mr. Ainsworth Irish give the vote of thanks. But I really want to tell us to dig deep. Dig deep. We love our country for our might. Let us not allow political persuasions to divide us. We have become too toxic. Gone are the days when we would support our party and we would have a drink at the bar right after. We would go to our conventions, one in the north, one in the south, and we come right after and have our drink together. The days when politicians knock glasses, we have become too toxic and self-centered and egoistic. Elderly here, I want to thank you for your contribution to Dominica. Each and every one of you is a walking encyclopedia, is history. Thank you for blazing the trail for the young ones to come. I really hope they take those lessons and take those lessons seriously, because what has been going on with the level of immorality is not comforting to us. And it's not what we were taught. I think the time has come for us to arrest what's taking place and put some balance. The level of profanity, isn't it still, officer, on the books, Brother Irish, isn't it still a crime to curse? Because I'm hearing cursing in songs and being played all over. Let's respect each other. Let's respect each other's space. We were all born on this rock. Allow us to be Dominica and not just a few. Allow each and every one of us to enjoy our various spaces in peace. And most of all, allow the elderly to live in peace and tranquility. They are the spinal cord of our country. The vote of thanks from Ainsworth Irish.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Wadix Charles. Their Excellencies, Sivani Burton and Mr. Burton, and also the ADICA and the security officers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Dominica Council of Aging, I'm deeply honored to be able to present you for vote of thanks. I want to say that to Her Excellency, we want to thank you very much for coming to the 29th Annual General Meeting of this Dominica Council on Aging. This is a testament of your passion and commitment and the leadership of our community. In that regard, we appreciate your dedication to the progress and prosperity of Dominica. And so we thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. Our deepest gratitude also to our cultural ambassador, Wadix Charles, for helping us to navigate the proceedings here today. We want to say thank you very much again, our heartfelt thanks to Miss Christian for invoking the Lord's blessing here this morning. We want to say thank you to the sign man for his continued contribution to the Dominica Council of Aging. The Helena's Funeral Home for always blessing us with their gifts and assistance. And today we have Miss Josephine Dublin Prince here. We want to say thank you to you for coming. We also want to say thank you to Fruits and Flowers, for they have always made their contribution and their products to us. Thanks to Mr. Duncan Stowe for always being readily available, able and willing. Thanks to Josephine Gabriel and company for their tremendous contribution. We want to say thanks to Mistress Ophelia Mary, for gracing us with this beautiful rendition of the national anthem this morning. Also, thanks to the former presidents, Gloria, former Minister of Social Services, Gloria Shillingford, and of course, thanks to Ms. Zetma Toussaint for being here this morning. We want to say thanks to our esteemed President, Mr. Nigel Lawrence, who has been working tirelessly for the development of not just the council, but for generally the elderly in Dominica. Thanks to Mrs. Stedman, for being here representing the minister who was unable to attend this morning. We want to thank you very much for your words this morning. We want to say thanks to the government printery and the government of Dominica by extension for assisting the Dominica Council of Aging in providing this beautiful document here this morning. Thanks again to all. We want to say thanks to Jenny Jackson for this beautiful rendition. And Jenny, I can tell you, is also a legal practitioner. She's trained in law, and she has tremendous potential. Of course, a former junior monarch, 3-4 times in the Calypso arena. We want to say thanks to the members of the Dominica Council on Aging who have worked tirelessly to ensure the smooth running of the organization. Thanks to the affiliates for coming here this morning. Indeed, your presence is really welcome. I saw Dr. Kimon Joseph from the University of the West Indies was here with us a few minutes ago. We want to say thanks to you for coming. Thanks to the many persons who continue to make their contribution. We have Issa Trading, who remembers the centenarians. Every time we have a centenarian, Issa Trading comes forward in presenting gifts. Thanks to DOMLEC, the Dominica Electricity Services, for helping the centenarians over the years. A big thank you to Petro-Carib for their continued support. We want to say thanks to Dowasco also for their contribution over the years. Thanks again to Mr. Latouche, the office attendant, who on a day-to-day basis continues to do his best to ensure the smooth running of the organization. And I can go on and on. I see Mr. Colin Booley, the supernumerary, former board member of the Dominica Council on Aging. Thank you very much to everyone, all the distinguished guests. I must say thanks to the electronic and print media for the continued coverage you have given us in terms of the presentation. When we have functions like this, you come and give us the coverage. To Ms. Sharita Gregoire, who behind the scene continues to work to help us. We want to say thanks to Ms. Robertine Seaman, who, whenever we call her, she comes forward to assist. And in the event that I forget anyone, it's just inadvertent, it's not deliberate. But once again, I want to say thanks to everyone for being here today. And of course, special thanks to Her Excellency for, finding the time always to come and grace us with her presence. Thank you. Wadiko Charles, Ambassador, for your good work that you have done in chairing the proceedings. Thanks one and all. God bless you.
Thank you very much, my friend and brother. And as we leave, as we break, I want us to remember one thing, continue to pray for our beautiful country. We are in the hurricane season, and we are at that basin, the peninsula. We are in the center. Let's pray for the Father to continue to bless, guide, and protect this nation throughout the hurricane season. Let's now take a break as we allow Her Excellency, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, to now depart. So thank you very much. Her Excellency, let's all stand. Thank you so very much, Her Excellency, and your husband. And then we take a break, a short break for the business part of this 29th annual general meeting of the Dominica Council on Aging. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Her Excellency, and may God continue to richly bless you. Thank you very much. Monsieur Pil, Monsieur Show, Monsieur Shai. Nigel, it's all yours. Okay, so at this point in time, we have a 15-minute break for refreshments and return right after for the business part of the second part of the 29th annual general meeting. Monsieur Pil, à quoi, monsieur?
Sisters, brothers, while the microphone is still on, I'd just like to invite you to the World Creole Music Festival because as my people are telling me, I am back. I'm a member of the lineup, so come.